Good morning, Pelham Road. We're back for a nice Thursday. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm sorry I'm not outside. I will be shortly, but I had to film these from inside today. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Well, I think I'm going to do that maybe tomorrow. I think what I'll do today is I'll just go back to Gordon Livingston, okay? Shared with you some of his wisdom yesterday. You know, the Proverbs writer tells us that in seeking guidance, that is where we find wisdom. And Gordon is one of the people who I think has provided me a measure of guidance and a lot of other folks. Well, let's get right to it. Another insight from, I forget which book this comes out of, maybe That Thing You Think You Cannot Do. I think this is where this comes from. He writes, "We are afraid of the wrong things." Think about that. Am I fat? Am I beautiful? Do I have enough insurance? We live in a fear-promoting world. Is your water safe to drink? Details in the news at 11. The media and ad gurus play on our fears and use our fears against us. He writes this at 69. After 69 years, I can't say that there is anything to really be afraid of, except a wife when you miss her anniversary. Don't be afraid to fail. Everyone who does anything started and continued with failures. Ben Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, Bill Gates, Michael Jordan. We only know them when they are the finished product, but they were failures first and often. I think that's good wisdom. You know, we are afraid of a lot of things, and we would be better off if we just we're able to put that aside and give everything a try. Another one, forgiveness is a requirement. You know, again, this is that hard-earned wisdom I talked about. Forgiveness is a requirement. Now, Jesus would have told a parable, or he would have said, forgive 70 times 7. But Gordon just cuts to the chase and says, forgiveness is a requirement. You will get hurt. Your Band-Aid is to forgive. It makes you feel better. I mean, and that is as simple as it gets, but he's right. You know, forgiveness makes us feel better. Let's see, I think I got time for one or two more. Attitude is more important than you think. When I was a young man, I believed it was all about what you knew. And when I was in my 20s, I thought it was about who you knew. Yet now that I'm older, I realize it's really all about attitude. The waitress at the diner works for tips and she is satisfied because she has a good attitude, while the Wall Street trader is perpetually disappointed because of a bad attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. That's an old cliche, but in this case, it's true. Attitude really is important. I mean, as I watch people age, and I know that I'm aging myself, attitude is very significant to our mental health and our physical health. Finally, and this probably resonated with me because I heard my mother say it a lot, a good sense of humor makes hills disappear. Life has its moments when it seems uphill, but the ability to laugh at yourself and to find the humor in all things make the hills seem level. You know, I'm glad. I mean, sometimes it's hard to laugh at yourself or to laugh at all, especially these 8 months. But, you know, sometimes you just have to generate that laughter by, you know, reading something that makes you laugh. Or, you know, for me, I like watching I Love Lucy. And I've seen them 1,000 times, but when she's on that conveyor belt and her and Ethel are stuffing those chocolates in their dresses and blouses, I still roll over and laugh. I mean, there are movies that I still laugh at, and I think it's good that we laugh, and it can help us get through a lot of things. So maybe tonight's Thursday night, why don't we make it laugh-in, and you go and find you something to watch on TV or a book to read or stories to tell and do a little laughing. I'll see you tomorrow.